Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Well, Michonne, join the CRM. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We have had the premiere, the series premiere of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and it was a pretty good premiere. It definitely blows the other spin offs out the water for me pretty much straight away. Not that the premieres of the other two were absolutely horrendous, but I think you can just see a massive drop in quality with those two compared to this one. In fact, this is Rick's return after, more than half a decade. Just made this one a wee bit spicier in our eyes. And of course, with Rick orientated, and I like that. I like the fact that it was pretty much all Rick. Now, of course, there was other characters to introduce, but what I thought we were going to get was a complete, we're going to get Rick for like the first 5 minutes, and it was going to be like 45 minutes of Michonne finding him. Now, to be fair, it looks like episode 2 is going to go down the route of Michonne, but I think for the premiere and the return of Rick, they did it pretty well, where it was pretty much a fully solo Rick episode. Now, yeah, we did have like hallucinations of Rick meeting with Michonne, which they were alright, but I would have honestly just kept it the show. I would have had it just completely 99.9% Rick Grimes, because when Michonne eventually does appear at the end, spoiler alert, sorry, she does kill a few of Rick's CRM compadres. Teammates, whatever you want to call it in this day and age. His helmet then gets lifted off. She sees it's Rick. Rick! We get that wholesome moment between them because she was about to slice his throat. And that's where the episode ends. I felt like, even though you could tell it was Michonne without the hallucinations, I would have preferred that if we didn't have the hallucinations with Michonne, and the first time you get to see Michonne was like the first time Rick gets to see Michonne, you get me? So Rick and Michonne meet here. I mean, you have seen the odd wee clip here in the future episodes of Rick with Michonne. It looks like he's telling her, like, oh, you've got to say this about Andrea and all this, or else they're not going to accept you. Obviously, Rick knows the ins and outs of the CRM, but I mean, it looks like Rick's helicopter's been shot down, right? Looks like he's got all he ever wanted. He wanted to escape through the sewer main, but of course that plan kind of went up in smokes when the little kid appeared out of nowhere. Him and Michonne at this point, can they not just flee? Can Rick not just leave his dog tag behind and it'll look like he got fucking blown up, or has he lost another dog tag? Does he not have another? I'm pretty sure he does have another dog tag. But for Michonne, will she join the CRM? I mean, I don't think they're going to leave the CRM behind. I think that Beale guy, there's going to be more of the CRM. There's going to be more of Beale. There's going to be more of these characters. They just don't introduce all those characters in a whole new community, and these like cities that have been taken over. If you were just going to kill them, that's my personal opinion. So I think Michonne is probably going to end up coming back with Rick in some regard. Will it be straight away? I don't think so. I think episode 2, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be a pretty heavily focused episode on Michonne's journey to try and find Rick. So I don't think you can hang your hats on that, so to speak. But I think towards the end of episode 2, probably episode 3, 4, we're going to see like Rick take Michonne back as his prisoner. But then you had that guy who got killed, Okafari, I think his name was. The guy's 40-year-old, but he uses pretty good face cream because he did not look 40. You've got him, right? And it's like, if he knew Michonne's name, and I guess Rick could tell Michonne to lie about her name, etc., etc. But will she join the CRM? Will Rick need Michonne to join the CRM? Could he fudge for Michonne? I'm not too sure, because I mean, the guy that fudged for Rick this entire time got blown into a million bits with that spear that went into him, then exploded. So could Rick be leaving? I mean, this show's got to end with like Rick and Michonne escaping and getting back to normality, back to the old gang. We gotta bring the gang back together, man. We've got to bring the gang back together. I think that is what we're going to definitely receive. To be perfectly honest, I do think we are going to see the likes of Daryl, Carol, Michonne, Rick, Maggie, maybe Negan to a lesser extent, but I guess he is kind of part of the group. To be perfectly honest, so that could happen, to say the least. But that's where we're going to leave it. I think Michonne will join the CRM, but it only will be for a few episodes, to say the least. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts leave the thoughts down below right now, and we'll get back to you very soon. But until then, peace.